Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Okay, so I'm clear, eh?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So I'll start off with
Afternoon.
Jane Nyaga, you can mute your mic.
do I remove her?
No,
Do I remove her?
No, Prof.
she's muted.
Just make me your co-host, and I'll do the muting for you.
Yeah, that's better now. That one, no problem. Now, what I'll start off with is we want to deal with SPSS to analyze data. But again, you also need to know that you have an office, MS Office, the Excel, which you can use to perform statistical analysis, despite its limitations. You can do a lot with Excel if really you have no access to SPSS. But of course, it has limitations. There are certain things that you'll have to again go back manual, then try to reorganize. Which things SPSS does for you, and then all you need to do is to format properly and interpret. With every data, when you analyze data, you generate information. And it's that information that you can use for purposes of decision making. That's the evidence, really. Information you derive from analyzed data is the evidence. So that before I go to SPSS, I would want to show you how you deal with data, raw data, collecting data. People collect data in many ways. You can collect data using enumerators in the field, you using a questionnaire, and of course, maybe just to bring it forth that SPSS deals with quantitative data. So anything qualitative must be reorganized, to change it to some quantitative. So this is quantitative data. So that's the focus here. It does not mean we are not going to analyze data qualitative data here. We are, but we'll have to convert it to some closer to quantitative. That's why you have to know about levels of measurement. Nominal, gender, male, female. How do you generally approximately quantify it? By giving it a code. 1 is equal to male, 2 is equal to female. Of course, those codes are not meaningful mathematically, but they serve the purpose of SPSS. So you could collect data manually through an interview. You can collect data through a questionnaire manually, but you can also collect data using available tools. Google Form. There are a number of tools actually online that you can use to collect data. But behind those tools, most of them that are quantitative, their background is Excel. Their background is Excel. When you upload it, your responses, you will get an Excel sheet or an Excel workbook. That's what you will get. So what I'm saying here is that going forward, you should know that a majority of the statistical packages are compatible with Excel. Compatible, fully compatible. As long as you can convert your data into Excel format, compatible. And these days, it does not matter which version of Excel you're using. In the past, the earlier versions, you had to save in a given format of Excel, a lower version, so that it can communicate with a statistical package. But these days, you can use any version, any format of Excel, then analyze your data. Now, Kathy, you have raised your hand. I don't know why. All those are not yours. They're not yours. Just a minute. These IT people are here. Just a second. Give me just 1 minute, 1 second. I think what I think just to try to, because it's connecting to me to it's not going to internet, eh? But I'm okay for now. But you can confirm. Let me just confirm a minute. Give me 5 minutes. You just give me 5 minutes. For 5 minutes on deal with this matter. I think now we are fine. Anyway, now we are fine. So what I was saying is that yeah, this thing is recording. It's recording. Don't worry, it's recording. I set it to recording. So now I was saying that compatibility of Excel. So now, if you are to collect data manually, most the strategy is probably you have five enumerators, those who collect data on your behalf, even 10 of them. The first thing you'll do, even if they have questionnaires, is to organize your data in Excel. That's the first stage of organization. So, and you arrange them in order of your variables. Those are the questions you are asking. Those are the variables. Question 1, Q1, Q2, up to Q20. In that order. And when they come back in the evening, they enter the data in Excel in the order in which you prearranged. So each of them will be sending you the data collected every evening. Then you merge the files. You just merge because they were the format was they had the same order. Then after merging, so now you will have your data set in Excel. So if you do this, say for 10 days, every time they come, you merge the files. Then you have a whole sheet of data in Excel. And that's where I'm going to now. We suppose that we have an Excel sheet with data that has been collected by your enumerators. And this is the data. And the problem here, just want to define a problem here. The problem here was probably your study was related to the factors that affect performance of micro and small enterprises in, say, Githurai, for that matter. Githurai, MSMEs in Githurai. Then you decide you are going to use, say, let's just take for simplicity, you are going to use, say, say 7 variables. 7 variables in your questionnaire. 7, of course there could be more, but let's just take 7 for purposes of teaching. And you are targeting 250 respondents stratified by those SMEs. So these are the respondents. These are the owners of SMEs or the managers of SMEs, whoever they are. So you have the SMEs, they are here. Are you seeing Excel, please? Because I want to see this thing very clearly. Yeah? So this is what you'll be having as a result. You're seeing that?
Yes.
The first one, that's the first respondent. These are organizations, but you cannot, there's no need typing names of organizations here. That's why you number your questionnaires. You know that this organization, number 1 is say so and so, somebody hardware, something, whatever it is. So you want to do this for 250 respondents, the SMEs, and the target, you are going to collect data from their owner managers or owners or just managers. So 250. So these are 250 respondents. I'm just generating the response, the respondents here. Whatever it is, you can even say whatever the number. Say 279, 278 respondents. Those are your respondents. Then now, which are the variables that you are targeting? One variable you target probably is say the SME classification. So we know that variable, you're asking people to take their SME classification. And SMEs are classified probably, let me just say, as micro, small, or medium. We're not going to details. So this is just a class. And I want you to note this thing somewhere because I'm going to ask you. So SME classification, just write it here, write it somewhere here. And that is a Q1, question 1. Q1 is MSME. Classification. And you're asking them to tick. And the ticking, whether they are small, micro, small, or medium. You have a choice of entering here micro, typing here micro, small, and medium. But that's not what SPSS will, because SPSS will not read the qualitative values. So you say that 1 is equal to micro. Coding 2 is equal to small. 3 is equal to, say, medium. Medium. And of course, there's no large there. So these are the classification. I just say classification here. Classification. Then I say I use this one with this data. I'm generating responses. I generate random numbers. This one gives you data, don't worry. Round between, say, the classification is 1 to 3, 1 to 3. So I collect my data. That the first one there, of course, it will change, is medium, say. Then I come here, probably the other variable you're collecting data on is gender. Gender, of course, and these are the variables. That's the second variable, gender. Gender probably is 0 is equal to male. Male is equal to male. Come on, male. And number 1 is equal to female. Female. I'm basically collecting data, organizing data, and I'm organizing in Excel. That is gender. Again, I generate gender, then again, equal to this one did with next week, round between issues. Round between. I'm using random numbers, 0 and 1. So 0 and 1, whatever it is. The other gender, the other variable probably in your questionnaire is the age of the respondent. Who is the age of the owner manager? Who is the owner manager? Age, you can only measure age in one way, as a number. So just ask them about their ages. If they can give you, they give you their ages. So this is so the age here. Sorry. This one here is nominal. SME classification is nominal. Nominal. We know what nominal is. Nominal. We did this. You go to lecture 1 and read data and statistics. Nominal. Very important to note. This also is nominal. Nominal. And then I go to age. Age here is a number. And age here, therefore, is ratio or quantitative, numeric, ratio or numeric, whatever. Number. So age, we are not going to use any code. The other one, you want to look at factors that affect SME performance. So you decide to measure performance, but using profit. Using profit. The SMEs, these fellows will not give you the profit that they make every week. They will not give you. They will not. The best way to get profit is to derive profit. So you must be innovative. You must be innovative by knowing that profit can only be generated in one way. Profit, we know, is revenue minus costs. Total revenue minus costs. And total revenue, let's just assume for purposes of simplicity that these fellows are selling one type of item. For purposes of simplicity. So we have to ask them about the sales volume. Sales volume. In numbers, how much? In quantities, whatever it is. Sales volume in quantities. Just call it volume. Then I also need to get something on unit price. Unit price. Unit price. Then I need to get something on costs. Total cost. Total cost. What they spend. So I know volume also is volume. Also is a number. Volume is a number, which is ratio. I also know that unit price. I'll tell you this will change later. Price is also a number. And then the other one is what? Cost is also a number. All these are numeric. All those are numeric and ratio. So the last variable we want, because now these three, we are going to use them to generate the profit value. Profit can be measured in two ways, either as a number or you simply rate profit, high, medium, low. If you do that, then we are using profit as ordinal. But let's use numbers here, profit. Then I have another variable here called profit, which I will generate later. Profit, that I know how to communicate because I have not collected data on the profit. Then the last variable I want to look at here, which other factors will affect SME performance? Give me a factor, please. Give me a factor that would affect SME performance.
Years of
Anybody?
existence.
Eh?
Years of existence.
Years of existence. Yes. How old it is? Again, a number. A number. Years of existence. Years of existence. Then I want to also deal with another one here, because this is also a number. I want to introduce ordinal. You also want to ask them to rate how the county government regulations affect their profits. So the rating here would be in terms of, say, rating. So rating of regulation, regulation. Let's call it regulation here. Regulation. County government regulation. So you ask them about county government regulation on their profits. They can either, so this, the variable is regulation. Regulation. So you ask them to rate them this way, either not at all. At all. That is rating. You ask them to rate how they affect their profits, then they say not at all. Then they say here less. Or you ask them how significant the county government regulation is to their profits. So they say less significant. Then number two, then this is basically just a Likert scale. Then you're telling them number three say moderately. Number three here is moderately. And then the other one here, significant. Number four here, significantly. And then number five here is very significant. Very significant. Very significant. That's it. Then now, last question. This is easy. Last question here would be, so these are my variables anyway. You can see. So this one here is ordinal. Ordinal. The last one is that you ask them about their, you want to check whether, this is the objective. The objective is to check whether those with the primary and below, those SMEs, whether the level of education of the owner affects their profits. However, your objective here is not to ask them all the levels of education. Your objective is to check on those who have education and those who do not have education at all. So you're talking about those who have, say, primary and below, and then above, secondary and above, only two levels. But you don't want to ask them that. Just ask them to indicate their levels of education. So levels of education. So they say, some of them will tell you here. Some of them will tell you here, none at all. So number one is 0, none. None, I'm just quoting anyway. Number two, primary. Number three is secondary. Number four is, say, university, whatever it is. But later on, you just analyze the two levels. Now, whether it's primary and below or above. That's all you want. You'll see how that is used. So then my last variable therefore here is education. Here is basically just education. Say education. So let me be clear. These items out here could have just been written as Q1. Q1 is just question 1. Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5, Q6, Q7, Q8, Q9. Or just X1, X2, up to X9. Whatever. But that is not what you'll get as an output eventually. So now then, so we have generated gender classification for the first one, gender for this one here. This one here, let us suppose the ages of these fellows, the age of the owner managers, the current owner managers of SMEs, and between. So their ages range, say, from 20 to, say, 50. That's their ages. Even 7. 20 to 7. 20 to 7. That's their ages. Please mute. If you have a question, you just, because I can't see you. So around between 20.
I'm supposed to be having 2 pairs happen.
No, I'm saying we mute.
Peter,
somebody's discussing things
si
with
hapa ni
privately
kamande,
in the
hizi ni
house.
viatu za kamande. Kwa hivyo nani ako na pair mbili?
No, is it fair? Is that lady fair? Or am I too busy doing our own things? Anyway, around between 20 and 70 years old. That am I the tax. Who cares? Then volume. Volume also is in millions of quantities or thousands of quantities. Let's just say that the volumes here.
Hii size 10 ya nani?
You know, this is not becoming funny, isn't it? It's not becoming funny. Is it fair?
Mudhoni, kindly mute your.
No, this one I'll remove. I can tell you for a fact. This one I remove.
Guys, it's not me Mudhoni
So,
Nganga, it's another
hii
Mudhoni,
inastahili
but
kuwa gani?
remove her because clearly.
That's easier. Let's be at peace with ourselves. Let the lady do her own things. I mean, God is always there with us, for all of us. You know what? So we go here, go back to Excel. This is where I was. I'm generating responses which somebody would have given you in the field. What I'm just to try to generate them using random numbers, which you should use anyway. But we'll show you how to use random numbers next week. Then I come here, run between, say, this volume, say, range from, say, let's pick a figure, 120 to 250, whatever it is in hundreds. These are actual numbers of units sold. The unit price probably ranges from, say 10 shillings, say between, and between, say 10 shillings. 10 shillings to what? 10 shillings to what? To say 50 shillings. That's unit price. Then cost, again, let's say the cost here could be ranging from, say, whatever it is. I think I'm going to change this thing. It changes from, say, round between. I want to please the numbers. Round between. The total cost. The total cost here probably is just from, say, 60 or 70 to 100. 70 to 100. Still not much. But let's get easy figures. That will complicate. Years here of these guys, years they have been in existence for this first respondent. Of course, these things will change anyway because this is a formula of existence here is probably, let's say they have been here from 1 year to say 10 years. 1 year to 10 years ago. And then regulation, we said they are here anyway, is from 1 to what? 1 to 5, right? That is those are the possible responses. 1 to 5. So where is 1 to 5? 1 to 5 is here. Run between. Run between. Between 1 and what? 1 and 5. So that is 1. Education was ranging from 1 to 4. So run between. Between say 1 and 4. 1 and 4. And that is it. Then now this is for all the respondents. Let me change this. I don't want larger numbers like this here. So that is okay. So this could just be 50. Sorry, I want to make this one a bit smaller so that we don't waste a lot of time. Say 50 to say even 20. 20 to say 55, to say 70 in thousands. That is it. And then the unit price, we can say that is the unit price. That's fine. This, of course, is fine. Then I do it for all. For all the respondents. All of them. 278. 278 respondents, where are they? Up to here. For all the 278 respondents. So I've collected data. I've organized the data I collected for 200 and that respondents. So that is my data, which then I've organized in which I got from the field, which now I want to analyze. So that I can get evidence on these factors that affect profit. So that is it. So now, here, if you were to now go to, so let me save this one first. Let me save this. Just save this. Where am I saving it? Let me check where I'm saving it. Desktop. Let's just take it to desktop quickly. And I call it sample 3. Sample data 3. That is okay. So that's fine. Now I go to SPSS. Now we go to SPSS to enter this data. There are 2 ways of entering, 3 ways of entering data. 3 ways. Let me go back. Sorry. Even before I go there, let me open SPSS first. Thought I'd open this. Let me open SPSS. Next time, anybody with a question there? The matters of run between we'll deal with next week. That should not bother you. And that we will see how to generate random numbers for other purposes, not for this purpose, because you don't collect data this way. You collect actual data. You don't use random numbers. You get actual data. So let me just open SPSS. Then I think we'll be fine. Of these things on. The minute's opening. Good. So let me share SPSS. I'm sharing SPSS now. When you open SPSS, oops, a minute, I'm sharing SPSS. I'm here. And always use the USIU SPSS. If you have yours, just use USIU one. It is better for you. It has more features than what you'd be having from yours because of the, I believe, the investments they put in it. When you open SPSS, that's what you'll see. is database. You see something like this. It will open the application, but then what will give you first is the output for opening. On the right, you are seeing the syntax for opening. That's the syntax for opening SPSS. Forget about that syntax. You just delete it. You delete it because it's not meaningful. You go to X up here and then just remove it. Remove it. Remove it. Come here. They are removed. You just remove it and save it. Removed. Now that is your SPSS. Come on, please. You stop sharing. Share again. SPSS. Stop sharing. Share again SPSS. Now, when you remove that output, that in the syntax, this is what you have. That is okay. That is okay. That is SPSS. So the first objective of today's lecture really is to look at the introduction to SPSS. Then the second one is how to enter data into SPSS. Then the last one is how to perform descriptive statistical analysis, visualization, and summary statistics using SPSS. Only 3. So the first thing I want you to notice here is that the structure of SPSS is the same as the structure of Excel. Excel has rows, 1 up to infinity. You can insert them. The same way you insert rows there is the same way you insert here. But here you don't insert rows. Here you insert what are called cases. The rows are the cases. And in research, cases are the respondents. So rows in SPSS are also infinite, just they are in Excel. Excel also has columns. The columns in Excel are also infinite. Here you also have columns. You have columns. The columns here are also infinite, but they are not labeled A, B, C, D up to Z, 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 Z something. They are labeled var, 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 var. That's the variable, the default variable name. The default variable name. If you enter variable there like age, that the first one will change to age. The second one will change to whatever, etc., etc. You can also insert columns, variables. In this case, you insert variables. Of course, those are the columns. And of course, I said you can insert rows, which are, of course, the cases. Where the rows meet the columns, where the variables meet the cases are the cell. That's the cell, which is the same as the one in Excel. No difference. No difference. That's number 1. Number 2, Excel is driven by workbooks. A workbook has worksheets, and in Excel there are infinite number of worksheets. You can insert them, you can delete them, blah 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 blah. Here, you only have 2 equivalent of sheets in Excel. So if this were an Excel workbook you had open, then you only have 2 equivalent of sheets, which are the data view, where you enter data, not where you analyze data. Data you can analyze from anywhere, but where you enter data. And even you can enter data from anywhere, but this way your data will be. Even if I enter data from this side, where I go variable view, it will still come here. So that's an equivalent of a sheet. Then you have another one called variable view. This is where you define the attributes of your variables. A variable attribute in Excel, in SPSS, has got variable name. Variable name are those things we have in Excel. They are respondent, classification, age, blah, 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 which is essential. You should just use X1, X2, X3, X4, X5, up to X9. Those X's will not appear in the output. The output will be the actual thing. Respondent, age, blah, blah. You will see why. These are defining the variable attributes completely. Then the second column is the type. Type. You only have two types of variables that you deal with here, but I'll give you the types here. The types are here. You come here, you'll get types. And the types here are down here. There are many types, but we have only learned two types of variables, quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative ones are the ratio type. Qualitative ones are the nominal, ordinal, and interval. So here you don't have the word quantitative. The quantitative here is represented by numeric. Here again, you don't have the word qualitative. Qualitative here is represented by a string. String is the qualitative, the nominals, the ordinals, the intervals, name them. You group data, you change it to a string. So strings are the qualitative variables. So you must define them here. You know, in IT, garbage in, garbage out. You don't define it, you analyze your data, but you'll get garbage. And your analysis will be meaningless, I can tell you for a fact. Then you go to the next one here is the width. The width here, don't worry about the width. But the width here is really the size. Like if this was resp, then the width here, then there are only 4 letters there. So this will give it some a width of say 5, so that you can accommodate the variable name. It's just accommodate. Don't worry about that. You can expand the width just like you expand the column in Excel. You can expand them, or you can squeeze them by using the arrows. You know, just come up there, you know, in the data view that side, and then deal with it. Move them around. You don't have to. That's just beauty. Then decimal. Only quantitative variables are expressible in decimal form. So if your quantitative variable is not in decimal, because you know your data, then just come here and for every variable, give it the decimals that they have. If it's 2 decimal place, just come here, and it's 1 decimal place, just increase. You can even come here and type the decimal for a variable. If they are 0, just leave them 0. 0, whatever it is. Label. Label now is what comes out as an output. Suppose this variable here was resp, then this will be the respondent. Here was probably x1. Probably x1 is you type here now SME classification. That's what will come out now. And then you come if this x2 was age of the respondent. Age of the respondent is what will come out as an output. I hope you're noting those things, You're noting them, Then I go to the next column. Values. Values is only relevant for the strings. Values are the codes. You know, 1 is equal to male, 2 is equal to female, 1 is equal to 0 is equal to not at all. Those are the codes. Numeric variables have no labels, no values. So we not add values for numeric because they are numbers already anyway. Numbers anyway. When you come back, it will be fine. Then you come to missing. Respondents will never give you all the responses. Some of them, they just tell you not applicable. They will tell you, I can tell you. Some of them, they just leave without any entry. You can't force it. In the past, we used to extrapolate because, interpolate, because SPSS in the past could not analyze data with missing values. But the current versions of SPSS analyzes data with missing values, so that it will report the number missing and only analyze that one without even bothering you with extrapolation or interpolation, looking for data that is not even there. So we'll show you how to deal with the missing values. Column. Column now is the actual weight of the, you see, of the other side, the column of the data on the data. You will see it the other side when you go there. Then, of course, alignment. Alignment is just beauty. You know, you can align them to the left, just like you do in Excel, align them to the right, or center them. Whatever you want to do, it doesn't add value to your data. Then here, measure. You must indicate all quantitative variables are scale type. Qualitative variables will either be ordinal or nominal. You must indicate which one it is, depending on how you define them here on type. Some of them will just be generated automatically for you. You don't have to bother. just but you'll see where it is not, you must indicate because you know your variable. You know your variable. Then I go to here, forget about this one. Am I clear, please? We'll come back. I'm just looking at the structure. We are clear there. At least for now.
Yeah.
Good. Now let's go up here. Here. Just like Excel, SPSS is driven by a horizontal menu bar with a corresponding shortcut. Actually, just imagine Excel. Forget about it. Imagine Excel menu system. And I'm going to tell you what to do here. The first item in Excel, of course, we know is normally file. File. Now, just use the pull-down menu items you know of. The ones you don't know of, I'll tell you. But the most commonly used one are the following. You can open a new file in Excel. Here you can open new data. Like this one is new. This is new. This is new. I can also open a syntax. Syntax is what you are using to process data, like to draw a graph. If I want to draw a histogram or a bar diagram, multiple bar, what's the syntax? Of course, these days Excel SPSS gives you the syntax, but it's for us the syntax we use to write, to draw those things with the lower versions of SPSS. So now you don't bother about syntax. It's just for if you want to see the syntax. If you're an IT person and you are interested in the syntax, you want to see whether you can change them. I know IT people, you can be inquisitive. Then you can go and check the syntax and see how you can manipulate them. So you can open a new syntax, you can open a new output, blah, blah, blah. You can also open existing data, just like you do in Excel. So here, what you'll be piloting here can tell you, we'll be opening new. Then here you open new data and new output. Sorry, or existing output. If you had not taken your output to Word, because it's Word where you take output. That's where you report. You don't report what here, you report in Word, or in the Word process. That is, all these two are available in Excel. This is also available in Excel. Import is also available in Excel. It's also available here. You can import data from Excel to here without bothering. But you can also import data from a database. Like you're working for an organization. You're working in the county government system, and you have a database. And this database has got many fields, including many sectors. That's a database of the county government. You can import the entire database here, the entire database, and analyze it now by query, using query. That those are details. You can analyze them using the query function by generating, checking what you really want. But for MBA, we are not going to go here. For MBA, we are going to import data from Excel. You can also import data from Spss. Spss is for analytics, big data analytics. You can collect data from Stata. Stata is a statistical package, which is also available here in USIU. And then, of course, you can then DBase. So, but for us, we are going to concentrate here, importing data from Excel. Forget about this. Forget about this. You can close a file. You can save. You can save us. Forget about these ones here. Whatever you can, from wherever you can import from, you can also export to. So there's no forum here. So this is again key. Now to me, those are the key pull menu items that you require. Don't ask me, what do you use this one for? It is not relevant for your MBA. All of these things, not relevant. But with the knowledge that you have gained here, you can come and try to manipulate these ones I'm not talking about without a problem if you want to investigate. Next, the next menu item this one here. File. Where is file? File. Some of these file items also have got their shortcuts. Like close is Control-4. The other one is Control-5. Some of them, not all of them really have. Let's now go here to edit. Again, you just use what you know. You can undo, you can redo, you can cut, you can copy, you can paste, you can insert a variable. That's the columns I was talking about. But you can also insert a case, the rows. But I told you don't have to come here. If you want to insert, just click on that column, right click, you'll see insert variable. If you want a case, a row, just click on that row, right click, you'll get insert case. They are shortcuts. The same shortcuts you have in Excel are the same shortcuts you have here. So there's nothing here, I can tell you. And those ones you know in Excel. View, nothing much here. Forget about this. Come here, data. Here, again, there's nothing much here. I don't want you to waste your time here. You know, MBA, you only have the time for a few. The only one here probably which is used is transpose. This you just remind me. I'll tell you why transposition is important. Transposition is important when you collect data. Why do you want to transpose? You know, some of your respondents, probably your respondents did not take your instruction. And they have collected data instead of putting the variable names in the column like I did, they put them on the row. Then they listed the respondents up there along the column. Then the data you have is fine. You cannot call those fellows to come and reorganize. You transpose them because SPSS data is in column form, not in row form. So you transpose, and we'll show you how to transpose, and then you can analyze. Then up to here. Define, compute. Compute is a very powerful tool. One of the only three here. You can compute a variable. Like a variable you could not collect data on, like profit. We are going to compute it incidentally. And I'll show you how to compute it. That's the first thing the first major one you use here. The other major one you use here is this one. Record. Record into the same variable. Like suppose I've collected data on profit. Then I decide that my data on profit, say age. I got the actual ages. But I don't want to analyze my data using actual ages. I would want to group my ages, my respondents' ages, group them using Sturges rule, then record them. You cannot do it by search and record. No, it's automatically done by SPSS. So the only thing that SPSS cannot do for you is to create the groups. You create the groups yourself using Sturges rule. Then now you come here and record. If you record a variable into the same variable, you'll delete the data you collected. Nobody wants that to happen. Always record into a different variable. So if it's age, just call that the group age 1. Then now you will not have replaced the data you collected. So these two, this one, so this and that, common for the MBA and social science analysis. So up to here, all these things I talked about is just data organization. Data organization. You have not started analyzing data, you're just organizing your data. Prior to analysis, analysis starts from here. Again, we'll come back to this. I'll just highlight for you what you require here. Power, forget about power analysis, forget about meta-analysis. Here, the only thing important here is some of your supervisors may be suspicious that is not your data. So they'll tell you to give them a code book, how you coded your variable. You will see it here. I'll just ask you to give me the code book only. Before you give me your report, your data analysis, give me the code book. This is what I'm telling you to print, the code book. Gender, what is gender? Nominal. What are the levels? 1 male, 0 female, blah, 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 blah. It gives you the features of that variable and for all the variables. Then I'll confirm that's your data. If there's no code book here, we know there's a problem. That is not your data. That is not you. So that is people use. Then only. Then the next major one is descriptives. Descriptive statistics. No, here, sorry, let me come back here. Excel cannot give you this thing, code book. It will not. In fact, Excel will not give you this one. That's what one is limitation. Then I come here, descriptive. Frequency distribution table. You know, in manually you drew a frequency distribution table. SPSS will draw for you a frequency distribution table. And there's some things I'll repeat here, and please just note them. SPSS will draw for you that is the first visualization, a frequency distribution table, tabulation. And you must draw that table as per the correct referencing style. USIU, the number of referencing style, Harvard, APA, the American Psychological Association referencing style, APA. USIU uses APA. And this version of SPSS, APA is only set for you, just take it. Then you get a table which is as per APA, the university's referencing style in research. That's what they use here. You can also draw a frequency distribution table. And please note this, in Excel, but using a pivot table. Pivot table in Excel, I'll show you when you go back. Pivot table to generate the equivalent of this here. Yes, those are the little things I want you to note. The other thing I want you to note here is that every table must have a table title. A table must have a title. What's the content of that table? And then, so that's the first visualization. The other visualization is not here. That is the diagrammatic data representation. Diagrammatic and graphical data representation. They are not here. They are not under descriptive. They are here, graphs. This is where they are. So I'll come back here when I'm finished with them. So I'll use the data diagrammatic here and graphical. Then I come back here until I finish with this. The other thing you can get here is descriptives. These are not summary statistics. Summary statistics, arithmetic mean, the median, the mode, geometric mean, harmonic mean, skewness, kurtosis, standard deviation. They're all here. They're all here. And you only choose the ones you desire. You only choose the ones you desire. So there, and then here, then I'm just so you can get this, use this. Then the next item we use here is crosstabs. Crosstabs are supposed to give you what are called two-way tables. Two-way tables. That's one thing. Two-way, like gender and say SME performance. How many, what are you have gender as a variable, SME classification as a variable, then you form one table. You get one table. But its major purpose here is to perform what is called a test of hypothesis, chi-square test. So when you come, of course, I have no data, sorry. I have no data, so you can't see it. So it's sort of used to perform chi-square test, which is one of the things we learn here. You don't get it in hypothesis testing area, you get it under descriptives. Under descriptives here, crosstabs here. Every other thing, forget. Now I go to the script to visualization. Now I'm here. Here, to draw graphs, you are here. I have no data, so you don't see anything. You can use all these things. If you have time in the future, check what these things are. They have values. The most common one is Weibull plot. It's a good one. But check first, go online and check what it is. It's sometimes relevant to you, then it's not relevant to you. Finance students, check what a Weibull plot is, and how it is used. But for us, for all the students, we are going to draw charts here. SPSS now is very easy. It gives you a chart builder that allows you to build your own charts based on the data that you have without thinking about other things. But I can also caution you that when you perform some of these analysis, they are embedded charts, embedded. All this, they are embedded charts. Don't draw charts from here. Don't even take them. Draw charts from here, using a chart builder. Then lastly, sorry, all these other now, this is just beauty. Forget about this. Forget about this. Forget about this. Help. These days, of course, there are manuals online, but you don't need manuals anymore. If you want to draw a chart like a bar diagram, multiple bar, just come and type here, click on topic, multiple bar, do okay. You'll get the instruction, shift it to the right, read the instruction as you construct using the chart builder, if you have forgotten. So you just get, the menu is online now. You have no problem. The manual is online, you have no problem. You can use it. So that is the structure of SPSS. And everything else, now if you want to see these ones here, you'll see them. Just check what they are, the shortcuts. There are shortcuts for those items up there, some of those items up there. That clear, please? You'll get it when you are now done with this. That's the structure of SPSS. And that was the first objective of today's lecture. Now, the next one is data entry. Data entry using SPSS. There are three ways of entering data. You know, you can get data, it should be chaotic. You can enter data from here using from the questionnaire. Just come here, data view, and enter data here from the questionnaire. But I'll advise you, if you want to actually manually enter data, and I tell you why you should never do that anyway. I tell you why you should never do that. Manual data entry. Manual data entry means this. Here's what it means. Excel. This manual data entry. How many variables do I have here? I have variables 1. So 1, 2, 3. I have 1 here. Oh, even respondent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 with profit. So there are 11. So just say 10. And how many respondents, how many fellows did you have here? 278, 278 times 10 is 2,708. So you want to key in, that's manual data entry. You want to key in 2,700 items. It's a waste of time. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there at all, at all, at all. The closest, but better. The closest, but better is to copy and paste. That's the closest and better. Just copy, they are here. I copy but because it was a formula, add rand here because I'm using rand. Yet, of course, if you never use rand, you not get a formula. Before I start copying, I must remove my formula. I must remove my formula, copy and paste special. Just want values only, values only. Then now I can copy this. Then I go back to SPSS. I go back to SPSS. Then check first the variable names. Variable names are currently var. That's what they are. And I'm on data view. So I copy and paste here. I'm pasting. Paste the normal way. Control V or just right click and paste. So I'm pasting. Are you pasting? There's a few minutes to paste. Hey, come on, please. Don't have pasted. Why is it hanging there? Yeah. Sorry. Good. Pasted. So pasted. This is the closest you can ever be. So I can delete these things, because I think I was in another row. I can just clear them. Can clear this. Come here. Excel, SPSS, you don't delete, you clear. So I come here. You never better we did that anyway. Then I clear. Clear. So that's my data. From the first respondent all the way. Notice that the variable names have changed to var01, var02, var03, var04. So now I've entered my data. The only thing I've not done is to define my variable attributes. The attributes. So I'm going to let's just use simple things, rather than typing names. We know our variables were these ones. I want now to come this side to define the variables, this side. See the way they are. These are just defaults. They are generated for you, defaults. Defaults. Corresponding to these things, these items up here. So I come back here, and I know I have how many variables? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of them. So 10 of them, I come here. I don't want to bother with the writing, typing the actual things here. Just double click here. If you copied and pasted, just type here, this is X1, this is X2, X2. This is, I'm typing over X3, X4, X5, X6, X7, X8, X9, and then X10. Those are my variables. So it's for you now to tell. The first variable, what is the first variable? What is the X1? What you have copied? What's X1? What's X1? What was X1? In
The number of
exam?
the number of respondents.
Responded, and they were numbers, isn't it? So it's numeric. Don't change this. Even don't bother with this. Don't bother with this. Don't bother. That's beauty. But we know number respondents are 0 decimal place. So now that you type here, respondent ID, respondent ID, identity. Respondent is quantitative, so it has no values. I've now started. Respondents have no values. Respondents also cannot, you cannot have a missing respondent. If you have a missing respondent, then of course you don't have the respondent's data. So it is, you don't have to put missing definition there. So forget about that. Then column here, forget about column. Just those ones those are just for beautification. Forget about this, centering, see how these things work out. The key thing is here. Here, what is the measure? I come here. The measure, of course, is the ratio, and in SPSS, ratio is scale. Scale is equivalent to ratio. So that's the first variable, properly defined. What's the next variable in Excel? What's the next variable? X2 was what?
Classification.
Eh?
Classification.
Classification, good. So I come here, I know classification is not numeric. Classification is string. So I click here. Just click here. Click here. This corner here. Click. Then I change that to string. Then of course strings, have 0 decimal place. Then I come here, MSME classification. That's what will come out when you analyze data, not X2, classification. MSME classification. And how did we classify them? Now click here. Now you have values. How did we classify them? We classify them by saying, and look at what I'm doing here. 1 was equal to, was it 1? 1 was micro, So you add, type 1 is macro. I know if you're using a lower version of SPSS, you not see this window here. There are other formats. This is micro enterprise. Micro enterprise, then add. Number 2 was small, then add. Number 3 is medium. Click there, medium, and then do OK. Then you see them here. They are here. This is now the values this is what Spss cannot capture this. Spss uses 1, 2, or 3. Because if you are poor spell, come here, then spell check. If you want to remove any of these ones, come and just highlight it and remove it. You can remove. There's nothing you want to remove. If you want to remove everything, reset. That's what you're doing. Let's do OK here. Then we know now we can define. Of course, this is 1, 2, 3. Now let's define that if any respondent did not give us the classification of his or her SME, then you will tell your data enumerate, those guys who are entering data in Excel, to indicate a uniform number. That uniform number should be larger than the expected response. the expected response can only be 1, 2, up to 3. So just tell them to use a uniform number, large number, say, and for in this context, large number could just click here for missing value. So you tell, so when you'll be telling SPSS that when you see a value discrete, that's just a whole number, which they have entered, and you have no, they have organized in Excel, and you have brought it to SPSS. If you see a value like say 99, now 9 cannot be part of the response there, or even 999, the largest, say, in this context, then no, that is a missing value. Then just do okay. So your respondents, as they organize their data in Excel, they'll be, where there is no response, they'll type 999. So when you bring data into SPSS you will define it here. Then SPSS will basically capture that as a missing value and determine how many are missing per variable. Then forget about this. Forget about this. Nominal. Of course, all string variables are nominal. This comes as a default. Then I go to X3. What was X3? Quickly, please. X3. X3 was what?
Gender.
Gender. Eh? You don't want to call, because you now have entered data here. Was it gender or age?
Gender.
Gender of owner or owner manager, whatever. Then I come here, gender. How did you find gender? You find gender as 1 was whatever it was. 0 was male, eh? I don't know. It was say 0 male, eh? So I come here. I want to show you here. I want to show you something here. These are just techniques of efficiency. We know gender is also string, isn't it? Gender is also string, eh? So change gender to string. I want to show you something here. You can copy string to string. Instead of typing 1, blah, 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 I want to use this to show you that you can copy a string format to a string format. So I just copy this. I'll tell you where I'm copying. I copy this. Then I paste it here. Then I come and edit. That's what I want to show you. Sorry, have I pasted? No. I come here and copy, and paste. Wait, paste it. Come on. Copy and paste. Come here and paste. Good. I'll paste it. Why am I pasting? I want to edit it. I want to show you can edit. You know, sometimes you also have just some common responses. You just copy and paste. Eh? So yeah, what I want to is here. That's I know this is not gender. So I just come here. This is the only thing my worry. My worry is say here. I know 1 is female. Eh? So I don't have to change 1. Eh? Then I know 0 is male. 0 is male. I'm using this to show you that you can also come, and then I remove this. Removed. This is 0. And then I'm okay. Now I've defined my gender properly. Then again, I know gender, it is also a string. I can use the same message. That if a respondent did not give me a value, the gender, I just type 999. And of course, it's also nominal. Then this one I know was age. Eh? What was that age? That was age.
Yes.
Eh?
Yes.
Age is also numeric. So this is the age of the respondent, or age of owner. Age of owner. Then I come here, of course, no values because it is what? It is what? Numeric. But now age now, they may also not give you their ages. They may not. So just pick there's nobody who can be 99 years. So just pick the same value, type here. You cannot copy string onto numeric. Eh? So just type here, 999. You know nobody will give you an age which is that amount. So it will read it as missing. And of course it is 0 decimal place. Age is not 2 decimal places. Then the rest leave, come here and just change this one to scale. Then the next one, the next variable, we're almost there. Sorry. The next variable here is saying.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
That column for the measure, the scale. Sorry, I think I did not get properly the explanation of the scale.
The scale, you know, if you go to lecture 1, I told you there are 4 levels of measurement.
Yes.
Lecture 1, data and statistics.
Yeah.
There was nominal, there was ordinal, there was interval, and there was ratio. True?
Yes.
And here ratio is the scale.
Okay.
So any quantitative variable is of scale, or it will be of scale type. All numerics are of scale type.
Okay.
All strings are either nominal, ordinal, or interval. There's no interval here. So interval will just be nominal.
Yeah.
It's very good you ask that question actually. Interval will just be nominal. So,
Okay.
great. So then, sorry, where was it? So yeah, sorry. So here then, therefore here you have the scale. The fourth variable was age of the owner, which is also is a scale. Is a scale. Then the other variable here is what? Volume.
Volume, yes.
So that's volume. So they say sales volume. Now you use that what you want to come out when you sales volume. You know, I'm doing this because I copied and pasted. You know, I would do the same if I just entered the data. But of course, copying and pasting sorts you one major burden. So there you will see other methods. Then so sales volume is also a number. Of course, again, sales volume, we can just say sales volume here, also 999, because you cannot have sales volume. I know there was none, which was, but you can just say whatever it is, copy this, and paste it here. 999, of course, 0 decimal place. And of course, it's also scale. It's also scale. That's a number. Then the other one was unit price, Unit price. True?
Yes.
Unit price, And what's the unit price there? Unit price there was what? Let me just see the ranges. The unit price was not much. Let me just see how they were. They were ranging from what? Oh, yeah, it's not much, but we'll do the same here. Let's go to unit price here. Unit price, of course, is also numeric. Unit price numeric, there's no value because it's a number. Then I also just use 999, Because there's no unit price of 999, There was none based on the data we have collected. So your respondent will just indicate 999 if nobody has indicated a unit price. Again, this is scale. That's scale. Then the other one, of course, is what?
Cost.
The other one is cost, isn't it? Cost, the total cost, Total cost of sales. And then cost here again, just use this. So sorry, this one here, just use this 0 decimal place all, that we don't bother with many things. 0 decimal place, total cost again, just use this. I know there's no that one, which is that amount. And then of course come here, then define the last column. The others of course are just beautification things. Come here and make this one. You must do this, what I'm doing here. You must. Then the last call, the next one is what here? Is what? Years,
Years.
Number of years of existence, or years in operation, Years in operation, That's what will be produced when you analyze data, not X8, Years in operation, again, numeric. Of course, you will not get any with 999 years in operation, You know, so again, make this 0 decimal place. Sorry, 0 decimal place. Just type over. Then I come here. Come on, please. 0 decimal place. Then I come here, and again, this is a scale. Scale. Then the other one is what?
Regulation.
Regulation. That is a county government regulation, Effect, Effect of county rating or effect, Again, this one here, of course, we said it was Likert scale, And it was ranging from 1 not at all, 1 not at all, I'll copy them, 1 not at all, less significantly, good. So here comes here, county government regulation now we know is not numeric, but it is string. It's a string. It's a string, but with values. Values. Again, I just copy this, just to make my life easy. I copy this. I bring it here. Paste string onto string. Then I come and edit. One here, not at all. Two here, less significant. I'm just trying to save some time. Less significant. And then this one here, moderate. Then I'm just pick this. I'll pick this. I'll pick this. Then I add it. I'll tell you why I'm picking it. Then I come here. 4. So I don't type. I just paste. I just paste. Then I remove this. So this moderate here. Moderate. Add. 5. 5 again. Come here. Very significant. Then I remove this. I'm just saving time. Then I do okay. I've defined this one. I've defined this. Then of course it also has a missing value. Say no missing value will be 999. So I just go to a string. I pick a string definition of a missing value and I paste it here. I paste it here. Then of course the rest remain the same, nominal. Beautiful. And then lastly was what anyway? Lastly was education. Level of education. Level of education. Level of education also is a string. Is a string. And the string, sorry, this one here, where is that? Where is it? This one here is ordinal. Less significantly, significantly, that's ordinal, This is here level of education. Education of the owner manager. Then I came here, I just pick this again, it's a string. I pick this, and the level of education we were discussing there was either not at all, Then this was none, None. This one was primary. Primary. And this one here is secondary. And then this one here, university. Then I remove what I don't want. Sorry? I remove this one. This one. Remove. Done. And of course, again, we know there's none which be more than 999. I just copy string to string. String to string, because that's okay. And it's nominal, it is ordinal. Because, it's ordinal, primary, secondary, university, ordinal. And that is it. This is your assignment 1. This is what you expected to have done in your assignment 1. So I've defined question 1. I've defined my variable attributes fully. Now, how do you, and in your assignment, I've told you to take this to Word, You report in Word, How do you take this to Word, please? How do you take this to Word? Anybody?
Export.
Export. Anybody? You cannot export this one. You must export everything, The entire. You will even export your data. But what's the easiest way to take this to Word?
Copy paste.
Beautiful. You can't. You can't. You can't copy paste this thing. You can't even try. So copy paste is out. And then it is also out. Export is also out because you don't want to import everything. Export everything. Anybody else? Anybody? Last method. I'll give you the last method. All these things are available on your laptop, You can print screen. Print screen, print screen?
Yes.
It is always on your, it's always called PRTSC, isn't it? This is a picture.
Yes.
So you print screen. So I just press print screen. it will copy it and take it to Word. It will copy it and take it to Word or wherever you want it to go. It will copy it and take it to Word or wherever you want it to go. And I'm going to do just that, so that I show you how to deal with because you cannot, you are not reporting in SPSS. You are reporting in Word. It's the Word document we want. We don't want the Excel document, the SPSS document. So let me just see this. Just want I'm honest. I've just pressed print screen. Then I'll show you what it is. When I take it to Word. Print screen always on one of the F's. It's not actually, some of them are in the F function, some of them are not. So you check where it is along the F functions. On your print screens. Then I'll press my print screen where we are there. Where we are. I'll press it. Then now let me share Word. I'm sharing Word to show you what it is. Sharing Word here. I've already pressed. You just press wherever you are. Press as long as you are seeing it. Just press print screen. I'm sharing Word. Then I go to Word. Then I paste. And I'll paste it. That is it. Are you seeing that? You're seeing that?
Yes.
Oh, you don't need all these things. You don't need all these things. All you want is this one. Now you crop. You push this one up to there. That one is all you want. You push this one up to here. I hope you see this technique, Up to there. Up there also you don't need the whatever, the menu items. Then I just enter. I'll enter.
So hi, Prof. Initially, you're supposed to double click the image, then the corners will
no,
be
because
edited.
you can, but my word, you double click.
Okay.
That's fine. My word, because the word I'm using, So then just click this, so you can expand it, you can reduce it, but so when you want to remove this now, you can come and crop them. Come on, please. That's a second. You crop them.
Yeah, that's how you double click the image.
Double click that and crop. Then you go and look for cropping up there. Then now you crop this one here. Then now this will expand. So that's how. Where is that crop picture thing up there? I want to see it. Just seeing it, yeah.
Top right.
At the far end.
Top right.
Top right. You're seeing it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I am? Yeah, that's there. It's there. It's there. It is here. There you are. Now you can crop it. You can crop this nicely by taking this one here. By taking this one here. I only need that window which is relevant. And then also by coming here and taking this, where is that one over here? Here. I bring this one down, then I enter. Now I'm okay. Now you have to expand this. Because what you want to see what you have. You have to expand this. And that's what you're taking to Word. You cannot type up here if you had not started. So if you have to type, you must type the title first, question 1, then you paste this down. So, and you have this one you're supposed to have gone. You remove this. Are you seeing this? Up here. That one is not part of the report. That one. So you need to remove this. That's not part of the report. That's what you require. One. You take those to one. And that is your structure. But anyway, that one you can do yourself. That's not SPSS. So then we go back to this. Now we are done with our I'll share again SPSS. Go there, SPSS. And I come here. Then let's now go the other side. And I want you to notice some things here. I want you to notice some items here. I come this side. Now you can see X1, X2, X3, X4, X5, X6, all them up to say X10. Remember, we have defined this differently. When you analyze data, this X10 will be something else with the actual name. That's what you need to do. The other thing you have to notice here is the type of data. When you see this icon here, this icon implies quantitative. It's a very important thing in analyzing data. It is ease of identification. When you see a flower, that's quantitative, which is either ordinal, nominal, or interval. So we have entered our data using copy and paste. And this is the one we are going to use going forward. So I mean, this result. So I will save this. I will save this because we will need it in a minute. In a minute. Come here, save us. And I save it as at that, but I save it in what? Go and put it in the desktop. I want to see put it in the on the desktop. Just call it. Call this one here sample 3. Call it sample 3. I will use it in a minute. Sample 3. And enter the data and I save. That one will come back because that's the one I want to use fully. Now the last method of entering data. The last method of entering data. It is the method you should use. But this what I've just given you is also good. But the last method is the method you should use. It will save you a lot of things that you have done. And that is through importation. You import from Excel. So, to import from Excel, this is my Excel. You make sure that the sheet where you are, which you want to import, is only your data which is there. So I'm going to remove these things, this one, because this is not what my data is. I can just copy them if I want to. Let me copy them and take them to another sheet. And I'll tell you why I'm doing that in a minute so that you can also learn that. I've taken them there. So this sheet here only has data. Only data. That's the first thing you need to ensure happens. That your data sheet is your data sheet. There's no other information. No other information. Then I save it. And the first row must be the variable names. And the variable names should not have spaces. So if I have to have a space here, I must put some hash. Just write unit price. There should be no space on variable names. So these are my variables. Then now I saved it as sample 3, but it's an Excel document on the desktop, I believe. Good. It's on the desktop as sample 3. As sample 3. This is very important. Then I go to my SPSS. And I want to enter now, show you how to enter using the import function. The import function. What I do then, I open a new data. We open a new data because we don't want to use this one we have just used, new. So that's a new one. This is where I want to import to. Wherever you are, you can be here. You can be on data view. You can be on variable view. You can be here. You can be here. It doesn't matter. You can be anywhere. Anywhere. So let's just be here. But you can also be here. But I want to be here so that you see the importation process. Oh, sorry, not the importation process, but the result here. All these variable names will change. Remember the first column, the first row in Excel are variable names without spaces. Then I come here and just import. File. Import. What am I importing? What am I importing here? Excel. Excel. Are you seeing that window, please? No, sometimes it disappears. Are you seeing that window?
No.
Good, so I need to share. You're not seeing Excel, where I'm importing,
Yeah.
No.
No.
I'll share it again because sometimes it disappears, I know. So I go there and I import into SPSS. Now you can see. Now you
Yeah.
can see something like the open data, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what, when you do import, this is what you see, And this will always pay attention here. Close attention. The first thing you need to check is where you saved your file. Are you seeing this, Mine I saved on the desktop, You have to check where you saved yours. The folder. Very important. I know why. Then now mine was in here, and you check there, but you can access your folder, of course, using this standard way. But mine I saved here, but I saved it as sample 3. I go and highlight sample 3. Sample 3. And that is it. That is it. Then that I open it. I open it. Please look at the result. We are not seeing, just tell me. Open it. Let's give it a few minutes. Good. Are you seeing that? What is there? Are you seeing any? What I share again?
Yes.
You are seeing,
Yes.
Good. Now this is a very important window. This window, look at the first item there, worksheet. Are you seeing that worksheet there? If you had 10 worksheets, the 10 worksheets will be here. So you must know the sheet. That's why it's good always name your sheets. Mine was data sheet, But I also know there's another sheet called sheet 1. It's this one. This one. I know it's also there. So we just select sheet 1, which is nothing. My sheet is this sheet here. My sheet is this one. That's where I saved my data. Then I preview whether that is the actual data. That's one thing you do. Just preview whether this is the data you want. After confirming this is the data you want, forget about everything else. Everything else, just forget. Because that you'll be complicating life with. If you confirm this is it, just do okay. Now you are importing, and it is imported. Are you seeing that, please?
Not yet.
You see that? You're seeing the SPSS,
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
So what do I import? You see the variable names are also imported the way they were. Are you seeing this,
Not appear.
It's still blank.
Ah, still blank. Sorry. But you saw
It's
what
still
you see how I
blank,
imported, isn't it? So how to share again, How to share, because it disappears from here. Now that is it. This is what I imported. Now what I want to notice, the variable names are there. Aren't the variable names?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was race, classification, gender, blah, 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 etc, etc. If you find a variable name is squashed like this, just do the same thing you do in Excel, In Excel, just come here and expand like this, Or just double click, Double click, so that you squeeze them nicely, The same things you do in what? In SPSS. You have entered your data. Actually, you have entered your data fully. Your variables are defined fully. Now, the only thing remaining now is to now go to variable attribute. And please check how efficient this is. Check. It has done most of the things for you. It has given you the variable names. Are you seeing this, Which as we're calling X1, X2, X3, X4,
Yes.
It has, the only thing you need to do is you who knows what array space is numeric. This one here we know is string. That was what? Classification is string, isn't it? SPSS does not know that. It's you who knows. Gender also is string. It has saved you a lot of work, this one. A lot of work done. Age numeric, volume numeric. This is numeric, cost numeric, years numeric. Regulation is string. This one is also string. Then of course decimal place, weight, forget about the weight, forget about it. These are the number of characters here. Then come here, 0 decimal place everywhere. Fine, leave them that way. Then the key thing now, where is this major work, which is really not major, is to come and type here, respondent's ID, gender of that, those things we're doing, remember?
Yes.
A few minutes ago, I don't have to do them, yeah? Now type you can, most people would even type the question they asked here, that indicate your gender. Most people would just do that. If you want just to, if that's what you want to do, but that happens in practice, out there in practice, in a consultants say, somebody just wants to see which question did you ask, But at USA, you want you to type short things, variable names, variable summary, that label summary, Then again, you can also come in and define values like we have just done. True? I don't have to do it, yeah? Again, do I?
No.
No.
True.
I also come here and do missing just the way I did it that side. Do I have to do it here again?
No.
No. Then this one, forget about. Now it's even giving you the correct width of the column. Those shifts I was doing the other side, Remember those ones, where I was shifting them, and double clicking this side, It also gives you just the correct ones. So this one is nice. It also tells you that all numerics are always right aside, just like in Excel. All strings are normally left aside, left aligned. But some people do want to center them. Just center them. If you want to center them, just come here and center them. Center them if you want. It also gives you this one when you correct it. This is okay. 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 That is okay. What is this? Regulation, No, this one years, Year, of course, is a year, so now. So the year was scale, isn't it? Scale, You have to check and this one here, of course, we know is ordinal. This one, of course, also we know is ordinal. And you are done. So import is the most efficient way of entering data in SPSS. Of entering data in SPSS. Is that okay?
Yeah, a quick one.
Yes,
A
please.
question.
Yes, please.
Basically, what you've done, you've imported the Excel sheet which we created.
You asking?
I'm saying basically what you've done is that you've imported the Excel sheet which we are actually it was on your desktop, yes?
Yeah. You have not even mind. You love your data in Excel, isn't it?
Yeah.
You should have organized the way we have just talked, we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
Save it in a folder, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you go to import, you go to that folder,
Yeah.
Pick the correct file name, Clear?
Yes.
And if your Excel sheet, your Excel file workbook had many sheets, always name your sheets, always name them, so that when you go to import, you know what you are importing, the sheet you are using,
Yes.
Don't go searching again. Just always name sheet. It's a good practice to name sheets, so that you know what is in each sheet anyway. Then you just go back and pick the correct sheet, and you are done. So this is more efficient. Isn't it more efficient?
Yes, it is.
Great. So this is the method. But if you forget to use this, just use copy and paste and do what you have just done. Good. Now, so that is data entry. We are still organizing data. So data entry. So let's go back to our original one. The original one is what is complete. I'm not going to use this because we have a complete one. The complete one was what? The most recent. The most recent one here was sample 3. Sample 3. The one we have just done, which is complete. It is SPSS. That one. Revert to save. So this is what I want us to use. You're seeing that, So what we have so we are entered. Wameanza tena.
Mudhoni.
Wameanza tena, sio? Is there something going on somewhere which you don't know about? This is a class, and the people here who came to class. And that's something I like these classes physical. You can see you face to face. There's a class here. People are very busy here. Unless I'm the one who is not serious in the class. Anyway, so we go to now the the sample. So this is the complete one which we generated, but using the copy paste, and this is what I want us to use to do other things now. Now let's now organize the data. The first organization we have just done. The second one is to come here. But I would rather go, I can do it here, but let me go this side so that you see what I'm doing. Eh? The first major thing you need to do here, now let's come here. Of course, there's nothing to do here. Here, the K, nothing. So tell you nothing. Here, what was the insert? Here you can insert cases, you can, there's nothing to insert. So mine is here, transform. That's the first step of data, major data organization I want you to deal with. So we'll use compute. Compute. So from your end where you are, I want you to write this down. Eh? The only that we want to compute profit. Just write profit. Eh? Profit. And profit we are going to call it X11. Eh? That X11 is equal to profit. Eh? And X11 is equal to, I'll just tell you, what is volume? Volume is X what? Volume is X, what's X1, X2? X5, Volume, actually, type that one first. Actually, let me go to Excel. That I think I don't want to do more, eh? Because I'm not be helping. Let's come here to Excel. This is where we are, eh? You know, we know these are X1s, eh? X2s in our Excel, eh? In our SPSS, eh? So our profit, I put it here in words, eh? Profit, profit is equal to what? Volume. It says volume, eh? Volume times what? Unit price. Unit price, eh? Minus what? Total cost. What's total cost here? Cost. That's the profit. So profit we are calling X10. X11, sorry, X11, because the last one there is X10, eh? So let me use the X's here. So rest is X1, X2, X3, X4, X5, X6, X7, eh? So it's X5, X5, X6. So X5 is equal to X5, this is equal to X5, which is volume, times X6, which is the unit price, minus cost. Cost is X what? X7. That is our profit. That's what we want to compute. That is what we want to compute. Clear? I'm just this side, eh?
Yeah.
Good. I could do that thing here. I could do it here. You know what I would do? I would say here, profit is equal sign. Where's X1? Where's X, this one here? Is equal to this, eh? Times unit price, eh? Minus that. I get my profit. That's my profit. And I then for all, they are here. Those are the profits. Then I would just copy this and paste in SPSS. Eh? I would copy this and paste in SPSS. Clear? Then I define the variable profit. Eh? I will do that. Eh? But don't do that. Don't do that. We know, and what I want you to know, to remember here when I go to SPSS is what is volume? It is X what? It is X5 times X what? X6 minus X7. Eh? So I'll go back to here. Share SPSS. And I come this side. And I come in here. Then I compute. Remember the last variable here is X10, eh? Is X10. So I come to compute. Transform. Compute. Are you seeing a dialog box there? A window. I want you to see it. Are you seeing a window? Headed
Yes.
compute
Yes.
variable. You're seeing it?
Yes, we can.
X11. That's the target variable. That's what we want to compute. We want to compute it from where? We want to compute it from sales volume. Where's sales volume? It's here. X5, X5. I highlight X5. I bring it here. Times is here. These are the calculate. This is the calculate. So you look for times here. Times is this one. Times what? Unit price. Where's the unit price? Unit price is here. Then I bring it here. If there's need for board mass, bracket, you put bracket, but there's no need here. So you must always remember board mass. If you don't know, you consult. Then minus, we're subtracting. Subtraction is here. Minus is here. I just click it. Subtract what? Cost. Cost is here. Then I bring it here. Then we have computed our target variable. And then I basically do, okay, everything else here, mathematical. Don't forget about this, you don't get confused. You want data arithmetic. No, let's use this basic thing. Then I go to okay. So, are you seeing this one here? If here, are you seeing this? If here, are you seeing this?
Yeah.
You would do it to, if you suppose you want to only to get profit for micros, you will only do it for micros. If you want to do it for medium, I'm not going to go there. You cannot do it for medium, or that is setting a condition on what you want on the data you require. But let's not go there for now. Then I just do okay here. Then I've gotten my profit. Are you seeing profit here? X11. You're seeing X11 at the end,
Yes.
Then you come this side and define it. You must always come here. Of course, X11 is numeric. It is 0 decimal place. This is the profit. This is the profit. Oh, sorry. Let me show you this. That's okay. Let me just come here. This is the profit. Profit. And then this one probably is, because it's numeric, because you know there are large numbers there. So you can just say 99999. 99999, whatever it is. Then you come here, left, scale, done. Done. You have generated another variable called profit in here. 0 decimal place. 0 decimal place. Now, if you find that these numbers are too large, and you wanted just small numbers, numbers that you can do a factor, you can say, let me divide all these numbers by 100, so I know that the figures I have are in hundreds, so that you don't get these large numbers. You can do that by creating another variable, but in hundreds. Or I would have just done it here by dividing that subtraction by 100. Then I would have gotten here numbers which would have been scaled down. Clear? I can show you that if you want. That's okay? Now, so that's compute. A very important tool, this one. Very important tool. This one. Very important. Next, this is just data organization. Next is here. Here. Record. So write the first thing. Just take a small notes. Recording quantitative variables. Just write that. Recording quantitative variables. That is recording. So, for example, we want to create grouped profit or grouped age. Which one do you want us to do? Because we can do one. Which one do you want us to do to show you how to record age or profit? Which one?
Age.
Yeah, let's group age. Let us group age. To group age, SPSS does not group for you. You group yourself. And then essentially, you will group both profit and age, say. So to group, we go back to first of all create our groups. You must create your group, and I'm going to create the groups for you so that we see how the using Sturges rule. Using Sturges rule. So I want to use Sturges rule to group age. This was age. To group age. Age is here. So let me just pick this one. Yes, but I can. To group age, use Sturges rule. Sturges rule says that we find K, number one K, where K, number one, find K, where K is equal to 1 plus 3.322 log of what? N. SPSS does not know that. So what is our N here? We know our N here is 278, I believe, 278, So we get our log of N, log, sorry, equal sign, log of what? N, that. What do we do with this log N? We multiply it by 3.322. So this is one here. This one here is times 3.322. Of course, plus 1, 9 classes. Plus 1, 9 classes. So that is our K, the number of classes. Then we find C. C is equal to, of course, R divided by K. R divided by K. R divided by K. So what is our R, the range? So to get the range, of course I can use max min, but let me not complicate it. I just go there and sort this. Sort this, and then sort in the expected, no. Continue with the current selection. That is it. So the minimum is, say, the minimum is 20, and the maximum here is, say, the maximum here is, say, 70. The maximum is 70, yeah? Is 70. Put these things at 278, yes. The maximum is 70. So the range is 70 minus 20 is 50. 50 divided by 9, 50 divided by 9 is equal to 6. Rounded to 6. So what is our classes? So I will deal with this. Let me just, I want to create classes first. The minimum is 20. The maximum is 70. When you create inclusive type of classes, SPSS will know. When you create exclusive, it will also recognize. So you create what you want to create. So let's basically create inclusive. So let's say that first class is 20. 20 to what? So this is not okay. 20 to what? 20 plus 6. 20 plus 6 is 20. No, 20 plus 6 is 26,
Yes.
26. Then I do it for all. Let me just do it for all first. I'll tell you what I want, so that we kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And therefore this is 27. 27 plus 6 is 33. And then of course this therefore is 34. 34, 34. 34 plus 6 is 40. Sorry, 40, This is coding numeric variables. This is 41. 41 to what? 41 to, say, 47, And then this is what? This is 48. 48. 48 to, say, plus 6 is 15. 54. And then this is 55. 55, 55 plus 6 is 61. And then, of course, this is 62. I repeat, SPSS does not do this for you. You do it yourself. To 68. Then 68 to 68 to 68 to what? 69, sorry. 69 to 75, 70 is covered. And we stop there. Then I want to reorganize this so that we so that we deal with all the recording. So I want to record this as follows. The first class is up to 33. That's the first class. Up to 33. Up to 33 means you have a class, all those fellows with age groups up to 33, with ages up to 33. That's what I'm trying to bring out here. Then of course 33 to 40. Then say 55 and above. This one. 55 and above. Just change this, so that 55 and above. Because you'll get classes like that. In fact, sometimes you decide to use those classes. So that I show you all the, I could do this, but we're doing the same thing. This will enable us to tackle other things. So I go back to SPSS. Just note those classes because I'll ask you when we're on the other side. So I come here, go here. Then I come here. Where is the SPSS? This one. We are going to code age. So we call the age we are age here is what? Age is what? X6. Oh, age is X6. Age is X what? No, X. Age is X what? No, not X6. Age is X4. Age is X4.
Yes.
So X4, I come this side where we are. Hope this is where we are. No, we are this one. We are here. So X4. So we want to record X4. So let's call the one for grouped age X12. That's what we anticipate. Another recording into another variable. We don't want to record here to replace this. So I come here, transform, then record, but into a different variable. Please, are you seeing a window? Sometimes I need to confirm. Are you seeing a window where record into a different? Are you seeing it?
Yes.
Because sometimes when it disappears. So what are we recording? We are recording age. Age is here. Then it is the input variable. That's what I'm recording is the input variable. Then I bring it here. Then I want to record it into another variable called X12. X12. Then what the X12? Just give it the same name, age, because it doesn't matter whether it's group age or whatever. Age of respondent. Age of respondent. Then you see this. There's a question mark here telling you that you have to bring this one into add here for output variable. Then you must change. Now you can see it there. You must click on change. Then this one here will appear here. Then you come down. Old, new. Old, new. This one you can investigate yourself. Old, new. Old, new. So click on old, new. What is the first class? What's the first class, please? Those who are taking notes.
Up to 33.
Up to. Good. That is an open-ended class. You have the lower open and the upper open. The lower open, you use this one. Are you seeing the range lowest up to? Are you seeing this? Please take those notes. The range lowest up to. Are you seeing this? Where I'm pointing. Click here. So it's up to 30 what? Up to 30?
33.
33. That's where it is. Then give it a code. Which code do you want us to give it? Number 1. You must note those ones. You must, because now you are changing your quantitative variable into qualitative, into qualitative. You know, the group data is qualitative by nature. Then you add. Then now, what's the next class? What's the next class?
34 to 40.
Now you are here. Are you seeing the full range? The full range is here. Range. Are you seeing this one where I'm pointing? Range through. Clear. So 30 what? 30? 34 to?
40.
To 40. Give it a code of what now?
2.
2. Add. The next one is what?
41 to 47.
41 to 47. 47. Then give it a code of 3.
Three.
Then add. The next one is
48 to 54.
48, 48 to
54.
54. And then what do you do with that? Give it a code of what?
4.
4. Add. The next class is what?
55 and above.
Now this is at least 55. This one here, this is at least 55. This is range value through highest. That is at least. That's the at least. So you come here. Of course, we'll give it a code of, say, whatever it is. Give it a code of 5. Then you come here, click here, click here. It's 55, That is 55 and above. And then, of course, add. You have defined, you have recorded into a different variable called x12. And you have recorded a quantitative variable. Then just press on continue. Continue. Then press on OK. Sometimes when you come and define that this one is not active, then just check whether you sorted out this. You clicked on change. Then just click here. When I click here, we are going to create a group there, another variable x12. So I click here. And this is a variable x12. Is here. Is there. So it went to age, searched for age, and assigned the codes as we have defined them. Then now you come here, variable view. You see it has given you this one here. Of course, it's not numeric. It's not string. String, because it's grouped. Age of respondent probably defined. This one here, of course, we know. We just copy this here and paste here. I want just to do that to simplify our work. Then I come here. I say, now you just put the correct thing. Up to 30. Up to 30.
33.
Up to 33. And this one here, I'm just typing 34 to what? To 40,
34 to 40.
And then this 41 to
47.
to 47. To 47. And then this
48.
one is 40 what? 48 to
54.
48 to 54. To 54. And then this one here, 54.
55 and above.
55 and above. 55 and above. 55 and above. And above. And then that is fine. If there's a spelling problem, just highlight and spell check. But you know, what about it? Remember, you can also remove these things I told you if you want to remove them, and we are done. Then you come here. Again, you give any value here. From string, just copy this one here and bring it here, if any. If any. The rest will be the way they are, left aligned. Of course, it's nominal. Of course, it's nominal. So you have recorded into a different variable. You have recorded into a different variable. Clear? Am I clear, please?
Yes.
Now, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Now, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to send, you're going to create a room, Create a room, A room. You know what I mean, In Zoom, Here. I'm going to send you this document just now, And I want you to record this under the guidance of somebody, who will present for us, I want you to record this. Are you seeing this, This one. Are you seeing this?
Yes.
Profit. And I want to record it, but let's do the first part, Let's do the first part together. The first part together. I think that's the easiest way. Let's do the first part together. The first part together is to deal with let me give you the codes, The codes. The codes are here. This profit is what we want to deal with, This one. I know we will want range, so we come here and sort this data. Sort it, data. Come on, please. Sort this, like that, like that, Like that, The minimum, come on, please. Come on, come here. Data, sort, We don't have to go there here. Eh? Oh, I know why. 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 That is not, those are not values, eh? Because we calculated something, eh? So I need to just make values, eh? Then I sort them to get you the actual range, eh? That is it. The minimum is 155. The maximum is here. The maximum is 3106, eh? 3106, eh? I'll give it to you. 3106 minus what? The minimum is 157, eh? 157. The range, that's the range, eh? Of course, K remains the same, 9, eh? So C is basically R over 9, eh? C is R over 9, eh? What is R? This is R. Divide by 9. Divide by 9. So this divided by, sorry. This divided by, sorry. I come here, pick this. This one here divided by 9. R divided by K. So just take 400, eh? Use a class interval C of 400, eh? 400, eh? So what's the first class? Here. First class is 157, eh? 157. 157 to what? Plus 100 is what? 657, eh?
57.
7. Then I just copy all this. We know we expect 9 classes, eh? 9 classes, eh? So, and I want you to open to deal with exclusive type of classes, eh? So this is 657.
It is 557.
This one here, eh?
557, yes.
Oh, 557, eh? Good.
Yes.
Now that we know, I want you to do this, eh? 557. That's the first class, eh? Now that, and I want you to form exclusive type of classes, eh? Then this one, they don't know the experience of our system. They know. So this is 558, or this 557. So this is 557 plus 100 plus 100, 957. 957, eh? And this one here is 957. 9, eh? 57 plus 400.
1357.
1350, 57.
7.
Then we copy this now because it's now better that way. Just come here again. Then we have here 1357.
1757.
What?
1757. 57.
1757. That's good. Next.
2157.
1757. 1757 to what? 21?
2157.
21?
57.
57. We're almost done.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
When we are listing the classes
Yes.
from 157 to 557, how come the next class we are not beginning from 558?
You know, there are 2 types of classes, eh? Inclusive type and exclusive type. We learned that in theory, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this time we are now using exclusive, eh? So that you see how exclusive works, eh?
Okay.
So that's why there's nothing really major here. And remember that, and even to answer you better, when Spss now reads, eh? And it gets a data view like 557, eh? It will not put it in this class, eh? It will put it in this class. Good. Are you getting the exclusive type of class arrangement, eh?
Okay.
So this is 2157, eh? 2157 plus 400 is
2557.
2557. And then this one here is 2557. 2557, eh? To what?
2957.
2957. 2957. And of course, we know there's another class, isn't it? Because
No,
the upper
57.
limit is 31 something, isn't it? We have another class, eh?
Correct.
The last class, eh?
Yeah.
Which
Yes,
is
but change
basically
that.
2957 plus 100 is 30 what? 31?
3357.
3357, which includes now our maximum value. That's fine.
Hmm.
And therefore you stop there. What I want you to do is, let us combine these classes, These classes, So this number one. Less than. Less than. You know, now this less than, For this exclusive type of class, Less than that, Clear? Meaning that this is not included here, it's in the next class,
Yes.
And number two here, so this number two, I'm just giving you codes now, 2, 3, this code 4, and this code 5. Code 5, we say now, 5, we say more than, More than what? More than what? 2150 what? 2157, Everything up there, Because this is in the next class, Actually, this one here is 2157 and above. That's it. Because it's in the next class, 2157 and above. And above. So that is the classes. To enable you to, so you copy this, Copy this thing. Let's copy this. Because I want you to go to Word, I want you to create because I think the best way is just to create a room, You just do the same thing. Somebody will be doing, do one work, You just discuss there, one, Not in groups, Let's go there and discuss this. I'll go back to SPSS, and then I'll send to I'll send to who do I send to? Who do you want to manipulate this? Who is going to present for us? Who can offer to go and do the SPSS in that room?
Geoffrey.
Geoffrey.
And Vincent.
Oh, Vincent.
I don't have SPSS with me.
Geoffrey
Who has
has.
SPSS?
Geoffrey has.
Who is Geoffrey?
Sawa. Hey.
Geoffrey is not there.
He's here. He
Okay.
said okay.
I don't have SPSS with me.
Geoffrey
have
has said okay, Vincent.
I have SPSS, bro.
Okay.
So, and I hope it's this one, or similar. But I don't,
Yes.
let's use the same thing, So I'm sending you, just a minute, I want to send this thing, you create a room, Just have one, we just take 10 minutes, 15,
Yeah.
Because now we have the groups, You go for you to
Yeah.
go and record into another variable called X13, X13. Then we come back and I'll show you how to code. After presenting, I'll show you how to code a qualitative variable. And I think that would be, let me just go here first. I get this one here. I'll send you an email. But you can you create a group from yourself? You can create a group, Geoffrey, for now, That when
Yeah.
you get this, they just move,
Okay. Yeah.
So they just create, then they move there. Then we say 15 minutes, After 15 minutes, we come back to this one here. It will still be recording you anyway in that group when you present here. So Geoffrey, what's your email address?
Gwanjala@USIU.
Gwanjala.
Gwanjala.
Gwanjala. Gwanjala. At USIU.
USIU. Yeah.
USIU.ac.ke. Gwanjala, that's fine. So the data I'm sending you here is sample 3. It's already in SPSS. Sample 3. And the data is here. So it's coming. Let's just say 15 minutes so that we also have people, so that people can contribute. After 15
Yeah.
minutes.
Prof.
Yes, please.
Yeah, just send it to kgwanjala@gmail.com. I don't think our USIU email is.
I'll copy it there.
Okay.
So that's sample 3. There's a problem with internet here.
Yeah, my Gmail is in the chat.
Okay. Example 3. So Wanjala ji, just tell me Wanjala.
It's in the chat. kgwanjala@gmail.com.
AG, eh?
KGK.
Or AGK.
KG Wanjala. KG Wanjala.
KG Wanjala.
Yeah. @gmail.com.
Okay, KG Wanjala. KG Wanjala. KG Wanjala @gmail.com, eh?
Yes, yes.
gmail.com. Sorted. Sent, eh?
Okay.
Okay, so, and then you make sure you define even the variable, eh? The variable side, you go and define the variable, eh? The variable you have
Okay.
created, eh? Fully, eh?
Yeah.
Sawa. You get that, and then they move there.
Mm.
Because you love the part to share from there, isn't it? To manipulate, eh? From that end,
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
room, yes.
Hi, Prof. Hello. I think the screen sharing and the breakout room feature is not enabled.
I think he stepped out because he can't hear. I see he's still like here.
Kidogo, I call him tusikie.
So
He's line busy. But once I reach him, I'll tell him.
do we treat it as break time? Is this the part where we take out our snacks? He's not answering.
Why?
What time does class end? 4:50?
Wonder,
Okay, so
what are we doing?
It's
collectively everyone is asking what we're doing.
it's being recorded.
Still. It's okay, you can just explain. Some of us didn't get that.
Wanjala, you know what you're doing? You accepted everything, yeah?
No, it's hard to explain when you can't even screen share.
Because I think basically it seems what we are doing is now we are doing the same thing you're doing, but now
For each of the columns, yeah.
exclusive now. Because the other one was inclusive, this is exclusive now.
Yeah.
Vincent, I didn't get that. What did you say?
Now what I was saying, you know, he was doing the inclusive, like it's the continuous, similar to continuous data. But now he wants us to do the same, but now exclusive.
Could you describe for us exclusive?
Exclusive is like
Taran.
sorry, I was muted. Sorry, I think I was talking to myself now. So what I was saying, let's say from 20 to 27, then is it 27? Let's say to 27 to 30. But now that 27 on the 20 to 27, 27 is not part of that class. It's going to go to the next class.
That's inclusive, right?
No, that's
That's
exclusive.
exclusive.
The reason it's exclusive is because 20 to 27, 27 is not being counted for that particular class. It is now going to go to the second class.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yes. So I think that's why it's calling it exclusive.
And inclusive?
Now, inclusive is 27 is now part of that class. Like the first one, you were saying 20 to 27, then I think 28 to a certain number. So you see 27 is now the part of the first class. It's not going to the second.
So that's inclusive?
Yes, that's
inclusive. Inclusive is basically even what we were doing in our assignments.
The
That was
assignment one.
inclusive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Geoffrey?
Yes.
Prof is saying you create another Zoom link.
My
Then
goodness.
we all move to that Zoom link.
Yeah.
Okay.
And discuss there.
Yes. And then come back here after 15 minutes.
Surely.
So let me just create the Zoom link. I'll post it in the WhatsApp chat.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello? Hello? Udhoni?
No.
Rudini. With whatever you have done, I think you'll be fine.